In today's video, we're gonna see what happens when you pour milk in a Brita filter. Oh my! Welcome back to Unsupervised Experiments. I'm Kevin, and this is a brand new Brita filter. Here we have a variety of milks that we'll be pouring through the filter. On one end of the spectrum, we have skim milk or fat-free milk. We also have chocolate milk. Because I saw that one video on TikTok where people were pouring chocolate milk onto their plates and it was all goopy. So we'll see what that's all about. All the way on the other side of the spectrum, we have whole milk. And also the whipping cream we have left over from last week's video. I also wanted to see what happened if we straight up just poured butter in there.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
What do you think that's gonna happen? Are we gonna get cheese? Are we gonna get water coming out straight through the other end? Let's find out. The basic idea here is that we have this Brita filter, right? It's ideally used, well, normally used for filtering water. You can see that it comes with a pitcher and a filter. And what happens in this filter is 3 stages of filtering. How they work is that water flows through a mesh screen and then it flows through the activated charcoal that's inside to filter out all the contaminants. The charcoal is what the little black specks are that you get in your water sometimes, and that's why they recommend you rinse out your filter before using it. There's a third filter that people don't know about, which is an ion exchange, and that just captures some of the calcium and magnesium and copper, making the water softer, as opposed to hard. It's interesting to note that there are several ways to filter out water. I saw in a video that the King of Random did where Nate used a distiller to filter out Pepsi. That particular method of filtering water vaporizes the liquid and then condenses it back into a water. You know, like what Tom Hanks did on that island with his...
Oh. That counts.
So there's that unboxing. Here's the filter. You can kind of hear the charcoal inside there. And then we're just gonna put this in here. No, in here. And then this in here. And like that, we did it. All right, let's start out with the fat-free milk. Let's see what's gonna happen. Pour a little bit in there. Yo, some water is coming out. So far, the liquid coming out is pretty clear. I don't know if that's just the residual water from when I washed it or if it's the milk. It's coming out rather slow. I mean, did I do something wrong? Maybe I should push it down with a fork. It doesn't seem to be going down any faster. What I'm more interested in is not the liquid down here, but what gets caught in the filter up here. Because I feel like that's gonna be where the chunks are. We probably won't get a lot of chunks because of fat-free milk and there's no fat, and fat's probably the chunks. We're just gonna let that sit for maybe another 5 minutes. I think I poured way too much milk up in there. I'm gonna have to take some of that milk out. It's dripping like super slow. It's like 2 drips per minute. All right, I think that's enough for us to get a test. We'll just let the rest of that seep through and we'll see what this tastes like. You know, I have an odd feeling that the majority of this liquid is being absorbed by the filter. It just still looks like milk. It does taste like much softer than what this tastes like. Wait, let's try again. Yeah, no, I taste it. I want to point out that fat-free milk and whole milk is 2 distinct different colors. This is like a little yellower and this is whiter. This is what I call milk. This is what I call gross. Let's pour some in here, that off, pour some in. Not too much this time. I've learned my lesson. I should taste this one first too. Right, a little bit. Flavorless. So I let this sit for over like 10 minutes and now we have some milk in the bottom. Let's pour that out. And I kind of read about it. It takes average 10 to 15 minutes to filter out water. And if there's high contaminants in there, it might take longer. So we're putting in milk. So that's why it's taking so long. Wow, I didn't think milk could taste like water. This just tastes like water. I haven't had chocolate milk in a long time. So we'll see what this looks like. Before we pour it in, shake it up probably. Doesn't look any thicker then. Now this is the one I'm super excited about because I wonder if what comes out is gonna be clear. or like milk colored. You know, it's only halfway through this video that I remembered I'm lactose intolerant. Oh well, pour the rest of this in and see what happens in like 10 minutes. So it's been a good 20-30 minutes since I put the chocolate milk in there, and I think we have successfully clogged it. It's not going through. I mean, other than a little bit of what looks like residual milk from the last pour, still a bunch of chocolate milk on the top. Maybe if I let it sit for a little longer. I mean, I guess I kind of assumed this would happen because the fat in the milk would clog the Brita filter, but I didn't think it would be like completely not working. So it's been a little bit over 2 hours, and it looks like the filter is doing its job, which is stopping the milk from going through. A little bit has gone through. I don't know, but let's taste that. There's still a lot of milk on top, and I don't want any of that to come out. It's definitely clearer than the chocolate milk we had from earlier. You can kind of see the difference a little bit, but the taste is what I'm interested in. All right, let's see. It tastes like watered down chocolate milk. It's warm. I think that's the problem. I can definitely taste it mixed with the previous pour of the fat-free milk. I mean, at this point, it would be kind of dumb to pour in whipping cream because that wouldn't go through. So we'll have to find a way to unclog this filter. I'm thinking if we pour some hot water in here, it would unclog some of the contaminants because fat melts with hot water, right? Let's try that. Just a little bit of hot water. I know Britta says not to put hot water in here, but little bit of hot water. Little bit of hot water is okay. All right, here I have some water boiled to 165 degrees. Here we have a clogged Brita filter. Wish me luck. It kind of smells like burning plastic a little bit, but I think it might be working because I see some liquid going down. All right, let's pour the rest of it in here. Pour our hot water in there. And just let that sit. It's dripping again. I think we unclogged it. I mean, compared to earlier, we weren't getting any liquid going through there, and now there's liquid again. Okay, so I'm not crazy. That's good. Actually, some of that chocolate milk from earlier is coming out. That's interesting. After several minutes, I'm happy to report that almost all the boiled water went through the filter, and our filter is officially clean. As you can see from the dark tint we have in that residual water, it melted down a lot of our chocolate milk, which is nice. Yeah, I definitely taste the chocolate milk. Yeah, there's like a tiny little, and I washed the filter out too, and I taste a tiny little bit of chocolate milk in there. Now, if you made it so far into the video, congratulations, I officially grant you the title of Dairy Queen, or King. We've reached the point of the video that I was originally really excited about, which is pouring melted butter into the Brita filter. But now we've learned that there is an issue with clogging. What I'm thinking about is we'll test the melted butter and see what happens, and then we'll pour in the whipping cream and let that sit and soak overnight. And after it's all nice and clogged, we'll open it up in the morning and see what's inside. But first, we'll have to melt down some of this butter. All right, we got our melted butter. It is currently at 185 degrees. Hot, it's hot. And we're gonna pour it in and see what happens. It honestly might just melt the thing. We'll see. Just a little bit at first. Are we good? Yeah, I think so. A little bit more. I can tell you that it smells super good though. It smells like popcorn. All right, let's pour the rest of it in there. There we go. You can see some of the, what I'm assuming is fat clogging the entrance of the filter there. I'm just gonna give it a good shake to see if it's gonna go down. The amount of butter has actually gone down, so some of it is definitely soaked into the filter, but none of it has come out yet. We'll give it a good 30 minutes to see if we get anything out of this. If not, we'll just cut it open tomorrow and see what's inside. I think the hot liquid is making a difference compared to the cold milk we put in earlier. You know what? Kind of looks like orange juice. Really greasy orange juice. A looks kind of cool. All right, we'll come back to that. So it's been like an hour and a lot of liquid has come out of that. Look at that. Look at how much liquid came out of that. That's interesting. And you can definitely see the amount of butter in there has gone down. A lot of it has soaked in. And all that is just, I'm guessing, butter water? Now before I pour in anything else, I do want to give that a taste, albeit as gross as that is. For science, it's rather clear, which makes me think that it was from before. Oh my God. Whoa. Yo, that is salty. That's definitely the salt water from the butter. That is definitely butter water. This is clear. That's awesome. So we're gonna pour in the heavy whipping cream we have from last week, and then we're gonna let that sit. I thought about leaving it in the fridge, but that would just make it harder to filter through, I'm assuming, because fat gets slower, gets sluggish, I guess. So I'm gonna pour that in. Right, here is the heavy whipping cream we have from the last episode. As you can see, it's rather thick. I'm just gonna pour it in here. All right, I'm just gonna pour the cream in here. Fill it up all the way to the top. See, it's like marbled. That's super interesting. All the fat and milk is mixing in. That is a beautiful color. It's like a marbled milk. And I can't wait to see what's inside the filter tomorrow morning. Might as well put some chocolate milk in there too. Yo. I don't know if you can see from that angle, but I definitely filled it up all the way to the top. I'm just gonna wrap it up so we don't get any flies or whatnot into the Brita filter. And I'll see you in the morning. Whoa! If you remember from yesterday's video, we had this filled up to the brim, and now it's down by like an inch. We can see that liquid down here as clear liquid. Super awesome. What I'm interested in is the filter, so we'll have to get that out. Ooh, you can still see the cream stuck in here. Let's pour that out. Let's get all that cream and butter out the top. There's just a little bit left. And there's the filter. There's a liquid from the bottom. Ooh, you can see the filter in there. All right, here's our filter. It's a little heavier than I remember. It's probably from all that cream and fat. Let's break this open. I think we could just cut it right in the middle. Actually, there's a little seam here. Let's see if we can bend that open. See what's inside. It's definitely opening. Maybe I can just cut it right down the middle. It's crunchy. Why is it crunchy? You know, this is hard because it's all slippery from the butter. We can get some paper towels. All right, let's do this. Man, this thing is hardcore. Come on. Ooh, you can kind of see the filter inside. Could you see that? Come on. Why is there a seam in the middle anyway? Oh, maybe I have to cut the filter right in the middle. Oh man, that was not smart. Wait. Ah, I got scissors. Even the scissors are slipping a little. I got it! Just need the plastic bit to come off. Might need something more heavy duty. Okay, these gardening shears are definitely gonna do the trick. Get that plastic right on top. Another one, bottom. That's pretty easy. Cuts through like butter. Now you can see the filter. See that? That's really cool. Kind of like folded. All right, let's cut it. Middle. Whoa! There's milk coming out the middle. Look. It's all that fat, milk, and butter. Okay, I'm gonna cut it all the way through. Let's see what we got. That's where the clog is. I found the clog. It looks like ice cream in the middle. Look at that. Could you see that? That is super interesting. Can we get some of that out? Oh, look, 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 look. Did you see all that coming out? All that fat? That's where the clog was.
So the actual holes where the water comes out is actually super tiny on the edges. Because if you look in the middle here, it's hollow all the way through. So that top part goes into the top of this filter here. Let's cut that part off. I'll try my best not to cut my finger off. So this part comes off, right? And that's hollow. That's completely hollow here. And that top piece just kind of funnels the water in. After the water gets in here, these little filters filter out the contaminants. And because they're so small, that's why it kept getting clogged. Well, now that makes sense. Now if we squeeze these, you can see that all that fat from yesterday is actually coming out. Yeah, let me try to take the filter out the whole thing. Oh, it's so thick down here. It's like a lava cake. You can see the different stages of filtering in there. So the bigger particles will be separated by the mesh, and the fat is probably just all stuck in this towel charcoal thing. Well, if you ever wonder what's inside a Brita filter, now you don't have to, because I just cut one open. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you like it, be sure to check out some of my others. I had a video where I turned chicken breast into protein powder, to like dust basically. You should check that one out. Until the next one, I'll see you later.